So I know this is a little bit of a different scenery. This is just my room and I decided not to put up my backdrop for today, so that's why it looks a little bit different. I just didn't feel like going through the whole setup. I will have a filming room in the near future, so just being patient until then. But anyway, so I wanted to film another look for you guys. This isn't necessarily just for prom, this can be for anything, but I was just feeling really into cut creases and glitter recently, and I don't know where that stemmed from, but basically I just wanted to do something a little bit different than what I've had on my channel lately. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. But before I get into it, I do want to quickly just mention that I will be having makeovers come back to my channel. And what I mean by that, it's kind of like the most recent video that I just uploaded where I'm actually doing someone else's makeup. I did quite a few of those maybe about a year ago, and I just had to stop because school got like really overwhelming and stuff. But it's starting to come to an end. I'm in my last few months of my schooling and I'm able to actually make a little bit more time, and those were such a hit on my channel, and I know so many of you really love to see those because not too many beauty gurus or whatever you want to call it do those types of videos, because honestly it is a little tricky to schedule people to come in for filming time. But I've had such a great response for those of you volunteering. So for those of you who have volunteered to be a model to be featured on my channel, thank you so much. I can't wait to just work on everyone's faces. But yeah, it's also really helpful for those of you who are also maybe aspiring to be makeup artists, and you can kind of see the techniques that I do, because it's very different doing makeup on someone else than doing it on yourself. So those will be starting to come up again on my channel. I'm really excited for them. But anyway, that's all I really wanted to fill you guys in on. I hope you guys enjoy this look. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys. Hey guys, say hello to my pimple. Let's try to ignore that for now. So I'm first going to be putting on some lip balm because my lips are feeling a little chapped. Then I'm using my Marc Jacobs Coconut Primer to prep my skin. I'm then going to be taking the Tarte Wipeout Correcting Palette and taking a little bit of this green shade here and placing that right over our little friend because he is very unwelcomed. Then I'm going to be taking my Marc Jacobs Gel Foundation, or no, this is actually the Remarkable Foundation. I'm in the shade Ivory. This is the number 12. And I am placing this all over my face, first dotting it around and then using the Marc Jacobs Face 3 brush to buff this all out. This is about the only foundation that I will actually apply like in swirling motions because it already has such a full coverage. I don't need to pat it on. Then I'm taking the number 5 shade from the Tarte Correcting Palette, the more pinky shade, to just correct the redness underneath my eye area. I'm then taking the Frankie Rose Cosmetics concealer just to kind of camouflage the redness even more so, and any redness I have around my nose. I am blending this out with a damp beauty blender, and whatever excess I have, just taking that along the sides of my nostrils. I'm then going to be taking the Anastasia Cream Contour Kit. This is in the Fair shade, and I am just going to be placing this pretty much all the way from the upside down triangle shape underneath my eyes and then across my nose. I've been loving this technique lately where just pretty much the whole center of your face is highlighted. I just feel like it brings such a nice vibrant brightness to the whole center of your face and gives it a nice soft light focus. I'm also going to be taking some of this onto the center of my forehead as well. I'm then taking the contour shade Fawn, and with the fattest part of my beauty blender, which I like to call the butt, I'm going to be pressing this up against my hairline to contour the forehead slightly. I really like blending and placing my contour and highlight shades. I feel like it just makes the whole process easier. Whatever excess I have of Fawn, I'm placing that along my jawline and the very tip of my chin. I'm then going to be using the shade Mink and a Luxie brush. This is the... let me get it. This is the Luxie 680, and it just makes contouring your cheekbones easy because it blends it out as you're applying it because it has a nice smooth dome shape. And as you can tell, I'm just using the very side of it to blend upwards to give a nice softer focus or a softer blend. I'm then taking a much smaller brush and using that same shade to contour the sides of my nose. I like to press the side of the brush down along the side of my nostril just to kind of bleed it out, and again I inch my way to the center just to really soften up that line that's closest to the center of my nose, just so the nose contour isn't super obvious, although I do like a dramatic nose contour, so that's why I kind of go with the darkest contour shade in the kit. Also, whatever excess I have, I'm just brushing it along my lip line. I'm then going to be baking with the Coty airspun powder, and I'm just taking my beauty blender and placing this basically anywhere where we highlighted, and this is going to sit while we do my brows off camera. I do have a brow tutorial, so if you want to check it out, click on the top here. I'm then going to be taking my NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat foundation powder. This is a really good alternative to the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation powder. I basically use this kind of as a finishing powder just to dust away any excess baking and just to create a smooth surface all along. All over my face. I'm then going to be taking the Pixi Beauty contour book and taking a mixture of those two highlight shades on my highlighted areas. And then I'm taking Benefit's Hoola bronzer, and I'm just going to be bronzing up basically the whole outer perimeter of my face. I like to start off from my hairline and then work my way down to my outer parts of my cheeks, a little bit across the tip of my nose, and also across my tip of the chin. I'm then going to be taking a Luxie angle brush and using the coolest, most matte shade from that Pixi contour book and just further redefining and deepening up my cheek contour. I'm going to be doing the exact same thing with the exact same shade for my nose contour and using the Sonia Kashuk brush. A flat brush like this makes nose contouring so much easier, trust me. I'm then taking the ColourPop Supershock Cheek Color in Spoon, more so as a base for the tops of my cheekbones, since it is very chunky but it is creamy, so it's going to be as a adhesive to our powder highlight, which is the Anastasia Starlight Illuminator. By the way, I love a strong Cupid's bow highlight. I've gotten comments before that I do it too harshly, but it's what I like, so yeah, let me live. I'm going to be taking this across the very center of my nose, which again, I also do like a strong nose contour and highlight, so that's what I do. I'm then going to be taking this with a Bobbi Brown eye blender brush and placing this on tops of my cheekbones till I'm pretty much satisfied and I'm glowing like from 10,000 miles away. I'm taking this little baby size of the Too Faced blush in Your Love Is King. I believe I got this in my swag bag from Gen Beauty, and I just love the color, and I'm stamping this from the apples of my cheek up towards my temples, or back towards my hairline, I guess you should say. For the eyes, we're going to go from drab to fab in 3, 2, and 1. So we're going to be taking a matte ivory shade, and I'm just placing this basically only on the top half of my eyelid. So basically from my crease up to my brow bone. You do not want to place any product on your lid. By the way, I did prime my eye with MAC Paint Pot. That's about the only thing I have all over my eye at this point. So as you can see, I'm only doing the top half of my eyelid with this matte ivory shade. I'm then going to be taking a blending brush and using a peach matte tone eyeshadow and just going back and forth, and I like to go in circular motions. Again, I'm being cautious of only going from the crease upward. I'm not really trying to put any product on my lid. I'm also going to wing out the shadow just slightly, so when we cut the crease, it actually kind of extends out a little bit as well. I'm going to be layering this over until I'm pretty much satisfied with the depth of color. I'm then taking a matte cool tone gray shadow and just placing this in the exact same area and the exact same motions until it's as deep as I want it to be. I'm then taking a much smaller blending brush and placing a deep purple, a deep matte purple, only in the crease back and forth to get a nice gradual darkness. After we place the purple, I'm going to start deepening up even more with some deep matte brown shades and a deep matte black. And you want to just go ever so slightly on this, like start off with a little bit and then add on some more, and then just continue to kind of follow that wing on the outer corner of your eye, but just really focus on deepening up that crease. You want the crease to be the darkest because that's where we're going to be cutting it, and it just looks really cool to have that deep gradual darkness from the crease and then it fading and bleeding upward into the brow bone. I'm then taking some MAC Pro Longwear Concealer and just cutting my crease with this. You want to go slowly and start off low, because if you start off too high, you could actually go too high at first and there's no way you can reverse that. So kind of gauge it with your eye open and see where you would like your desired cut to be. I'm then going to be packing on a matte deep maroon shade all over that entire eyelid area where the crease was cut. So basically wherever we have the concealer. And I'm just going to leave the very inner C of my eye blank. Then with the very tip of my smudge brush, I'm just going to again wing out that shadow just to follow the line. And then I'm going to be taking some more of that matte ivory shade we used at the first step to just kind of re-brighten up the very inner C of the eye. I'm then taking the NYX liquid liner glitter in the shade, this is Crystal Gunmetal. These liquid liners from NYX with the glitter, they're the easiest ways to use glitter. I swear it makes it just so easy, and once they are dry, they're not chunky, nor do they budge. So I highly, highly recommend these liquid liner glitters. Once that is completely dry, as you can see, I'm just fanning it off. You don't want to open your eye while it's still wet. Just wait for it to be dry so you know you're going to be safe. I then applied some wing liner and just basically outlined my entire eye and just did a little bit of an inner spike on the corner. I'm then just pressing up some black matte shadow on my bottom lashes and layering on some more of that matte red maroon shade. I'm then blending this all out with a pencil brush. And just to smoke it out further, and placing some mascara before we place our lashes. These are Vegas from Lilly Lashes. For the lips, I'm taking ColourPop's Midi Ultra Matte Liquid Lipstick. It's a very cool tone pink nude, and it actually gets much darker once it's dry. Then I'm placing some Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. And this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, let me know your thoughts down below and what you would like to see next. And I'll see y'all in my next one. Bye guys.